Yeah, this is a story. Listen up. Lifestyle on the edge like he was Angel Hayes, a wild child caught wedged between stranger days. He blamed his rage, tried medication to feel lighter, trying to lead the pack, taking out races like Will Striker. A skilled fighter, weaponry raised like a war start, and torn-hearted underdog like the battle of Mortargan. He swore in awe to the law to the day that his brain snapped. His thoughts sought to explore, but his mental remained trapped. He spent too many days clutching the pipe or the needle, lifeless and feeble, addicted to any night that was lethal. An addict, manic, depressed, stressed mind, clutching the venom of sex, drugs, alcohol abuse stuck in his melon. Friends and family were near for support, but he never sought them. Too consumed by the ice and a lifestyle of boredom. Life's trials were more than anything the man could ever stand to cope. Abandoned hope in a cycle of fights and bags of coke. A vicious deja vu till the day that his life was changed. On one night when he had a bit too much inside his veins. With blurry eyes clutching the wheel, crunching the steel. 200 on the road but too numb to feel. He tried to slow down and to stop it, he was dead to the world, and didn't even realise he ran a red to the girl. Seemed to appear out of the night with her face in a state of shock, and for a second time stopped as their eyes and their faces locked. Just an innocent girl, just barely out of her teens, and in her eyes you could see all her vagrant doubts and her dreams. But in the blink of an eye, her life was taken away at the hands of a drunken driver, barely scraping through days. He tried to turn back time, but death's a final recital. Now he's stuck with the harsh regret of being stuck in a cycle.
I knew this guy met a while back, a live chap. In fact, did things that'll make you roll your eyes back. Never in trouble, genuine, studied in medicine, though all was evident he was chasing any feminine being that caught his eye. His life was a disguise in a game where sex and fame would be the prize. No way he'd be deprived of this. He set his sight on it, but never knew the way his life would shift. Matt knew this girl Monica from down the road. No feelings at first sight, but now in time have grown. She had beautiful green eyes, dark skin with class, is the type with one glimpse could make your heart skip. Acquainted for many years, he was patient with many fears that his feelings weren't mutual, suffering pain and many tears. But she was into him, which engaged him in further feeling, and now the dreams of her were explained and serve a meaning. As days would turn to evenings, he changed for her to be in a relationship together, saving him from hurt and bleeding. As the years went by, the closer they grew, as most couples do, with ups and downs like a roller coaster. It's true. But they were meant to be, and Monica invested in Matt to give him pressure to hurry and pop the question. It became her obsession, but it was love that was forcing marriage, causing panic for a fairy tale wedding with a horse and carriage. As she implied, he'd brush it off like a maid dusting, changing, evading the subject when she'd say something. But then a while after, he thought the time had come. He bought a ring to ask her for them to be tied as one. Excited but nervous as his heart's beating like giant drums, but it was a secret, trying to hide it like silent guns. So he had reservations at her favourite place. It was unique, the food was great, as bought from Xavier and Grace. Today was the day they were gonna meet. After work, his heart submerged in nervousness at the thought of asking her. But afterwards he changed with joy like doves in the sky, cause he was about to ask to marry the love of his life. But now he's at the restaurant, she's late by half an hour. The more time passed, his joy would start to sour. So he tried ringing multiple times and no answer. Doubt was spreading in his mind like a known cancer. More time slips away and he started, the feeling stood up. But now from the happiest person, he was shook up. Then his phone started to ring, the caller was unknown, but he was alone. So we picked up the busted phone. It was a cop, sounding so down and spoke so slow. He said, "Is this Matt? I have something you should know." Matt responded, "What is it, officer?" As he was confused, thinking of the possibilities of the officer's news. As the cop told Matt, he collapsed and dropped the phone, because what he learned made his heart break and feel so alone. Staring blankly, frozen, lying in shock, because Monica was hit by a car and died on the spot. Now in devastation, as if luck was his rival, ripping love from his heart, and not once did he smile. Now living life like a hermit, doing nothing but crying all day. But that's what happens when you're stuck in the cycle. He was a drug dealer, runner from the blue heelers, a true stealer, cruising in a new Beamer. One of his boys is a junkie, now he sells reefer. There's no turning back once he rings deeper. Yo, one day he might hit a blockade, or end up dead on a block spray. Cause when the Glock aims, the Reaper takes you a long way. As the song plays, lost in an odd space. He started off young, just selling sticks. Now he's older, and he's pushing bricks. Fucking chicks, trying to press them by looking big. He had a daughter to a hooker, the crooked sin. Money talks in his world of dreams, but when he wakes in hell, he's the devil's seed. He's traded his girl, that's why she upped and leaves, selling his soul for the luscious greed, clutching cream. Money owed to win by a Russian fiend. That's when he hopped in
in his car with his thuggin' team. They started driving through the area where he used to chill. First by the park side near the hill. That's where they made most of bills, hustling rocks, weed and pills on the real. That's where he made his first kill. 20 minutes passed and yet no sign. He takes up with no lights, cops follow behind. Nothing sus, they chuck a right. Someone screaming to the night like someone must have died. So they head down the main strip where he used to live. Dangerous if you act like a bitch. Kids put a switch in your ribs just for the shits and gigs. Another lost soul, it is what it is. So they slow down past the car crash. The red and blue flashes when his heart starts to collapse. He makes eye contact with the lad that owes him cash, but all he sees is his daughter lying there flat. Blood decorates the pavement, she's fading. Her abrasions are a statement to Satan. Closer to the attainment, his soul traded for the wages. Screams to the heavens for a favour, but she was dead on arrival. He was spiteful, homicidal, not recital of the Bible can save these lives, fool, cause he's stuck in a cycle. Stuck in a cycle.